Number 1. Don't ask for room 222 at the Budget Inn in Memphis, Tennessee. In 2010, for 6 weeks, unsuspecting patrons of the motel reported a terrible smell to management. With ceiling tiles and crevices stuffed with fabric softener sheets to disguise the horrible stench, staff ignored the rancid odor. An employee was finally asked to clean the room from top to bottom, and underneath the king-size mattress and box spring was the decomposed body of a former tenant of the room. She had been murdered and hidden in the room by her boyfriend. So if you ever find yourself at the Budget Inn in Memphis, Tennessee, don't stay in room 222. Number 2. In 1869, during the height of the Klondike Gold Rush, room 23 at the Golden North Hotel in Skagway, Alaska, was inhabited by a woman named Mary and her fiancé, a prospector known as a Klondike Ike. Before they were married, Ike set off in search of gold to make his fortune, but Ike never returned. Mary locked herself in room 23 and waited, her anticipation of Ike's arrival turning to despair. The innkeepers eventually broke down the door and found Mary dead in her wedding dress. Guests at the Golden North Hotel report that Scary Mary still roams the rooms, appearing over beds in the night to check for her beloved Ike. Her soul forever searching for her long-lost lover. Number 3. The Palmer House Hotel in Sauk Center, Minnesota is home to the ghost of Lucy. As the story goes, Lucy was a prostitute who worked in the brothel that was erected on the future site of the hotel. The brothel burned down, killing Lucy and many other escorts in the fiery flames. Lucy, whose ghost hasn't forgiven the male gender for her tragic life and death, slams doors and drops the temperature when men are near. Guests can ask for room 17, which is Lucy's favorite, if they dare. Number 4. The Fairmorn Hotel, which was formerly a brothel and saloon, is widely considered the most haunted landmark in South Dakota. The establishment has seen its share of jealousy and heartbreak, the first deaths occurring even before the hotel was built. Several ghosts frequent the establishment. There's the angry ghost of a man who shot the client of his prostitute girlfriend, and then accidentally shot himself. There's the spirit of an angry fellow whose girlfriend died of syphilis. And there's the ghost of a prostitute named Maggie who jumped out a window to her death. On more than one occasion, visitors have reported seeing an apparition with red hair and a green dress, perhaps Maggie herself, lurking in the hallways upstairs. The Fairmorn Hotel is now a skeleton of what was once Deadwood's most notorious brothel. The second and third floors of the hotel are so haunted that rooms are no longer rented. The spirits are so violent and outspoken that visitors rarely stay very long. Number 5. The famous Skirvin Hilton Hotel is well known for its hauntings. The original owner, W.B. Skirvin, locked his mistress on the 10th floor after finding out about her pregnancy. The mistress was a maid in the hotel, and W.B. did not want a scandal to be known, so even after the baby was born, he would not let her out. After realizing she was never getting away, in her desperation, she picked up her infant baby and jumped to their death. She now haunts the halls and rooms, disrupting the rest of visiting patrons. So book a room at the Skirvin Hilton Hotel, and you decide. Number 6. On July 17, 1981, a tragic disaster occurred at the Hyatt Regency Kansas City Hotel in Missouri. During a party in the hotel's lobby, partygoers laughed and drank on the 2 suspended walkways in the main lobby. These walkways were made of steel, glass, and concrete, and they connected the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th floors. Design changes from the steel manufacturing contractor caused a design flaw and a catastrophic collapse. 114 people died and 216 were injured in the tragic collapse. 3 months later, the hotel was remodeled and reopened. The only thing left from the terrible event was the whispering of the souls lost in the air. Number 7. The Joshua Tree Inn offers a beautiful getaway in California's Mojave Desert. If you stay in room 8, you might run into Gram Parsons, one of the most important country singer-songwriters of all time. Parsons overdosed in the motel in 1973, and supposedly his spirit haunts the room. Odd shadows sometimes appear and objects have been known to shake by themselves. So if you're in California, and you find yourself near the Joshua Tree Inn, don't ask for room 8. Number 8. Frederick Hotel opened its doors in 1905. It housed many famous people before it closed in 1973. Bob Hope, Liberace, and Richard Nixon were all past guests. It has been rumored that the hotel was connected to an underground tunnel system that was used by traveling criminals who used the tunnels to move bootlegged liquor. The hotel is said to be haunted by the spirits of 2 children. Visitors have reported hearing the sounds of keys jingling, laughter, voices, and blood-curdling screams with no reasonable explanation. It is reported that most people who visit the 6th floor left quickly because they felt extremely uncomfortable and unwanted. So take a visit to the Frederick Hotel in Huntington, West Virginia if you dare. Number 9. Hotel del Coronado, a historic hotel in San Diego that opened in 1888, is said to be home to the ghost of Kate Morgan. Her ghost has haunted the hotel since 1892. Kate checked in and awaited the arrival of her husband. The pair were traveling con artists and she had went ahead while her husband was finishing a job. Sadly, Kate's husband never showed up. For days later, a dismal and pregnant Kate was found dead at the bottom of an outdoor staircase leading to Coronado Beach, with a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. Her ghost is often seen on the beach and in the hotel wearing a black lace dress. She roams her now infamous room 3327, waiting for her true love to return. Number 10. Built in 1872, the Reed House Hotel endured floods, the Civil War, and the Great Depression. The ghost of Annalisa Netherly haunts room 311. There are 2 rumored versions of the story. One is that Netherly was a prostitute who checked in with one lover before deciding to take up with another man staying at the hotel. Shortly after, she was found with her throat slashed in the bathtub. Others believe Netherly and her lover were living at the hotel together when he decided to seek out the company of other women. Devastated after being abandoned, Netherly died of a broken heart in her room. Regardless of the version you believe, there's one thing all who have encountered the spirit of Netherly agree on: she isn't too fond of men these days. The Reed House Hotel rents room 311 out only to those hoping to have a supernatural experience, and many have reportedly gotten exactly what they paid for. Guests, most notably men, have felt someone watching over them and been awoken to unexplained loud noises throughout the night. Others have even said they've actually seen the ghost of Annalisa Netherly in the room with them. So, do you think that you are brave enough to spend the night in room 311? Number 11. The Tombstone Motel in Arizona is notorious for paranormal activity. Multiple guests have said that they have seen full-body apparitions during their stay. Unknown voices have been reported in the night and furniture has actually moved on its own. Room 119 is rumored to be the hottest spot for ghost activity. A past guest of room 119 hanged themselves in the room, leaving the soul unable to check out of the room for the rest of eternity. If you go to the Tombstone Motel in Arizona and you are brave enough to stay, don't ask for room 119. Room 119 at the Tombstone Motel will never truly be vacant again. Number 12. The Marshall House in Georgia was occupied by the Union during the Civil War and used as a hospital. It features all original floors, doors, and architecture. In the 1990s, workers repairing damaged floorboards found human remains filling the empty space between the floors. Historians later determined the bones were from amputated limbs of soldiers. Guests of the Marshall House have experienced door handles moving, lights flickering, unexplained noises, and water faucets being turned on. Number 13. The Buckhorn Baths Motel in Mesa, Arizona has a scary reputation. The now closed down motel is haunted by 7 different spirits. The location has 5 documented deaths on the premises. Visitors claim to have heard strange voices, screams, sobs, and ghostly laughter. The Buckhorn Baths Motel remains a historic landmark with an intriguing and eerie past. So if you are ever in Arizona, be sure to check it out. Discover more spine-chilling tales in our other videos. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for more hair-raising content. And that's the end.